to my kitchen. Today, things never go as planned. Today, I'm going to show you how to make meatballs, the Italian kind, with red sauce. In fact, I'm not just going to show you how to make red sauce, I'm going to show you how to make the best fucking red sauce. Period. The best. Fresh carrots, start with there. About a small handful. Small onion. That's right. Basil, fresh. Like 3 leaves there. And some clove garlic, okay? And olive oil. What we're going to do is I'm going to peel the carrots, and then we're going to chop up the onion, get like 3 cloves of garlic, and chop up the basil a little bit, and we're going to shred up the carrots. We're going to put it in a pot with some olive oil, and we're going to simmer it down. So I'm going to chop shit up now. Okay. As you can see in my pot, I've got my shredded carrots, I've got hunks of garlic, and onion, and my basil. Here's the thing, it doesn't need to be real fine, real chopped. What we're going to do is we're going to throw some olive oil in this, and we're going to saute this down, just simmer it down a little bit, so that we kind of get a soft, there we go, soft onions and garlic and carrots. Because what we're going to do, tapping really loudly, I'm sure. What we're going to do is we're going to take this. This is going to be our base to start making our sauce. So what we're going to do is we're going to cook this down, we're going to puree it, and we're going to add tomato stuff to it. It's going to be fucking awesome. Really, it'll be fucking awesome. If awesome could be fucked, this would fuck it. So while I've got my my stuff starting to in there, let's talk about tomato stuff, right? Tomato sauce is really simple to do. To be completely honest, you want to be really simple about it. I made a pizza sauce before on the show where all I did was took tomato paste and tomato sauce, mixed it together with Italian seasoning. You know what? You could do the exact same thing to make just a regular plain old sauce. This, I'm going to do deluxe fucking sauce because it's my cooking show. I'm not going to skimp on it, right? So, I got crushed tomatoes and I got tomato puree. Both of these are going to be used for my sauce, including the stuff that I'm going to make, and puree as well. As you can hear and see, this is cooking nicely. I keep it covered. I'm stirring it up real quick, and then I'll cover it back up. This smells amazing because you've got your garlic, your onion, and your basil roasting. The steam coming off of this is just amazing smelling. Really amazing. Alright, we're at this point where our onions are kind of getting glassy. Everything's soft. The basil's wilted, and it smells really neat right now. It smells great. By the way, wooden spoon. Always make tomato sauce with a wooden spoon. Don't ask me why, it's just tradition. God, it smells good. Okay, so basically at this point, I'm going to turn off the heat, and we're going to puree this shit up. Alright, puree this shit up, right? Here's what I'm doing. I'm going to get the tomato puree. I'm going to put some of this in the blending apparatus that I'm using. Not a huge amount, but enough that it kind of helps everything mush together really well. Because otherwise, it's almost kind of dry, and it won't puree very well. It'll all just kind of stick to the wall. So you kind of want something to, you know, like milk in your milkshake. Except it's tomato in your tomato shake. So there you go. Enough to get started. I'm using my little ninja thing. It's a little cup, so this works out really well. Secondly, be aware that this is hot. You don't want to melt anything. So if it's susceptible of melting, whatever, let it cool for a little while. Also, another reason why it's good to put the tomato puree in it, because it'll kind of cut the temperature down as you put it in. Ninja! So basically, in the end of it, you want a weird orangey pasty stuff. Whoa, the orange hole. So, we're going to take our tomato puree, the rest of it, we're going to add it to this pot. Crushed tomatoes in the pot. And our garden puree. I think it just got something on. Did it get me? I can't tell. It's probably my facial hair. I'm always afraid to eat in public with this much facial hair. I'm always afraid like I'm gonna wear it. This stuff, we're gonna mix this up really well, and then we're gonna add some additional seasoning and stuff to it. So once you've got your purees all mixed together with your sauces, we're gonna add some Italian seasoning. Again, you know, this is kind of up to you as how much you want to add. The dried Italian seasonings, the dried seasonings is actually really good for this as well. And add a little bit of oregano as well, and maybe about a tablespoon or whatever of cooking wine, 2 tablespoons, 1 tablespoon, something like that. Cooking red wine. That stuff has salt in it, so if you're using that, don't add any additional salt until you're pretty sure you know what the flavor is like. And then some white pepper. You can add some cayenne pepper if you would like a little spicy to it. I'm just doing some black pepper in my homemade pepper shaker. Love my homemade shakers. There we go. And here is our sauce as it is about to be cooked over low. And then the next step, we're going to make some meatballs. The sauce is what's going to take the longest. You want this to mellow, to chill, to cook down a little bit. Take your time. Take your time, motherfucker. Smoke a joint or something. Have a beer. Oh, that sounds like a good idea, doesn't it? A beer, I mean, you know. Way back in time when I was first starting to learn how to do, cook these big banquet things, a very wise chef told me, relax, brother. Take your time. Take a break. Ain't going anywhere. Balls. Balls of meat. Italian meat. Ground beef. Again, I stick with about 85-15. It's a good mix. Kind of moist, not too moist. We're adding 2 eggs. This is just over a pound of ground beef. 2 eggs. Now for this one, we're just going to use the easy minced. Close to like a tablespoon of minced garlic in here. Onion powder. I have no idea, to be completely honest. I would say, what, like a 1/4 of a teaspoon? This is the oregano. I'm going to throw a whole... We're going to make it snow green all over this shit, right? We're going to add Italian seasonings as well. Italian seasonings has thyme in it, which you can add thyme, and, you know, I just don't have time to fuck with the thyme and all that shit. And basil, of course. And most importantly... breadcrumbs. Italian breadcrumbs, regular breadcrumbs. Take bread, puree it in your fucking thing if you want. I did that one time. It was really good. I'm going to start doing that from now on. But just for simplicity's sake, breadcrumbs, Italian breadcrumbs. We're going to add like a cup, nearly, okay? We want this like big, fluffy, bready meatball. Seriously, if you can't make a meatball, you shouldn't be cooking. Go practice on Play-Doh. Tray of meaty balls. Yep, that's it. On my piece of shit cooking tray that I've sprayed, we're going to throw this in the oven at about 375. Now, here's the thing. Cooking meatballs depends on the thickness of your meatballs. Temp your meatballs, pick the thickest one, make sure it's cooked well done, okay? This is our sauce. It is bubbling, so I turned it down a little bit. I'm going to uncover it. You want this to sort of simmer and cook down. You don't want it really too bubbly. Tomato sauce will splatter, which is why I'm holding the camera about 1.5 feet away and zoomed in on it instead. Tomato sauce will splatter. Be careful. It will be hot, and it will fucking hurt really bad. Look at it. Meatballs are out. Done. Look delicious. Temp. Perfect. Do not overcook your meatballs. They get very dry. Sauce. Ready to go. As you can see, splattering. It's flattering. We're ready to cook our pasta at this point. And then we're going to serve our fucking dinner. About pasta cooking. Pasta should be al dente. It should not be soft and mushy. It should not crisp between your teeth. It should be just perfect. Where the outside is sort of sticky and tacky-ish, and the inside is firm, like a really al dente done pasta. Yeah. Al dente pasta. If you pinch it, you should be able to see the inside. Just close to what I want. Best way to know if your pasta's done is to bite it. Some people say, if it sticks to the wall, it's done. It's almost there. Mmm, saucy. Hot and steamy. How fucking awesome is that? Now, spaghetti is a staple for a lot of people because it's dirt cheap. Spaghetti and sauce. I've just showed you how to make a really awesome sauce without too much money. To be honest, any sauce you don't just buy from a jar is worth making, okay? Even if you're just adding tomato paste and tomato sauce and boiling it down or whatever, make your own fucking sauce, dude. It's so much fucking better. Not only that, but you know what the fuck is in it. Thank you very much for joining me on my cooking show one more time. I appreciate your business. Actually, talking about business, don't forget to check out the cookbook on Amazon.com. It is better than eating out. Pink tacos not included by S.J. Moyer. That's me. There's a whole bunch of other shit on there. There's some new books. There's some old books. There's a whole bunch of Kindle shit. And etc. I'm gonna enjoy my food. Please, take a moment. Enjoy your food. We're gonna die soon anyway. We're gonna just fucking eat. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks a lot for joining me.
Property of love.